Have you ever looked at a couple and just wondered, how do they do it? What's the secret sauce that separates the relationships that last from the ones that fizzle out? It's a question we all think about, right? Well, today we're going to get into it. We're going to break down what it really takes to build a partnership that can stand the test of time. So it all comes down to this one question: what truly makes love last? And the biggest mindset shift we have to make is right here. A great relationship, it isn't something you just find like a lucky penny. No, it's something you have to consciously, actively build. Think of it less like discovering a hidden treasure and more like constructing a home, one brick at a time. And just like building a home, you have to start with the part that nobody sees, the foundation. This is all the crucial stuff that's happening beneath the surface, the stuff that holds everything up when the inevitable storms hit. Okay, the absolute bedrock of this entire foundation is trust. And listen, it's so much more than just not lying. Trust is that deep down belief in your partner's good intentions towards you. That's what creates a real sense of safety, a space where you can let your guard down and be truly vulnerable. Honestly, without this solid ground, everything else is just built on sand. So, if trust is the ground you're building on, respect is the frame of the house. It's about genuinely valuing who your partner is, their thoughts, their feelings, their whole separate identity. And here's the real test, right? It's easy to be respectful when you agree on everything. The true measure of respect is how you treat each other when you disagree. That's when it counts the most. All right, so we've got our foundation of trust and respect poured and framed. Now we need to talk about the day-to-day stuff that keeps the whole thing alive. This is the plumbing and electricity, the lifeblood of the relationship, the art of communication. This is how you nurture that connection, not just once in a while, but every single day. When it comes to communication, you've pretty much got two modes. Over on the left, you've got reactive. That's the blame game, getting defensive, talking over each other. All that does is build walls between you. But on the right, you've got responsive communication. This is a total game changer. It's about actually listening, using I statements to own your feelings, and making your goal to understand your partner, not just to win the argument. This is how you build bridges, not walls. There's this myth that the best couples are the ones who basically merge into one person. But that's not how it works. The strongest relationships aren't static. They're alive, they're dynamic, and they're made up of two individuals who are always changing and evolving. The goal isn't just to grow old together, it's to actually grow together. And this brings us to a really fascinating paradox, doesn't it? A truly strong partnership doesn't try to erase your individuality, it champions it. When you genuinely celebrate your partner's wins, when you encourage them to have their own hobbies and passions, you're not pushing them away. You're actually making the bond between you stronger because you're showing that you love and value them for exactly who they are. So, how do you get two unique, growing individuals moving in the same direction? Well, here's a super simple but really powerful way to do it. First, you each got to figure out your own dreams. Then, and this is key, you share those visions with each other, totally open and honest. The magic moment is step 3. You find where your dreams overlap. And from that common ground, you build a shared plan for the future that works for both of you. Now, let's be real. No matter how well you build, storms are gonna come. Conflict is just part of the deal. It is absolutely inevitable. But here's the secret. You have to learn to see those conflicts not as a sign that your relationship is failing, but as an opportunity, a chance to stress test what you've built and, believe it or not, to make it even stronger. I really want to let this one sink in for a second because this shift in mindset is, well, it's everything. The moment you start seeing a disagreement as a chance to reinforce your bond instead of a threat that might tear it down, you change the entire dynamic. You stop operating from a place of fear and you start working together to solve the problem. So what does that actually look like when you're in the thick of it? Here are the keys. First, it's you two against the problem, not you against each other. Second, if things get too hot, taking a time out isn't a sign of weakness. It's incredibly smart. Third, remember the goal is to repair the connection, not for one person to win. And finally, when it's all said and done, you have to reaffirm that you're in this together. So as we start to pull all these pieces together, the foundation, the communication, the growth, the repairs, it all leads to one powerful conclusion. Love isn't just some fuzzy feeling that washes over you. Love is a verb. It's an action. It's the sum of all the little choices you make day in and day out to keep on building. And the power of these small daily actions, it's huge. I mean, check this out. Studies show that couples who make a habit of small, everyday acts of kindness are literally twice as likely to feel deeply satisfied with their relationship. That's what this 2x means. It proves it's not about the big, flashy gestures. It's the consistent, daily work that builds a relationship that can weather any storm. So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. The greatest, most inspiring relationships, they aren't just discovered by chance. They are built meticulously, patiently, and lovingly through all the ups and downs. And that leaves us with one final thought, just for you. This isn't about trying to fix everything all at once. It's just about the very next step. So, what is one small brick you can lay? What's one small thing you can do to build your relationship, starting right now, today?